Mary and Audrey go to war. Mary had never seen Audrey this angry before. The two women had their fair share of disagreements, but this was something else. This was war. It had all started with a simple disagreement over wedding plans. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage was supposed to be a simple affair, a quiet courthouse wedding with a backyard reception. That was the plan, until Mary and Audrey got involved. Mary Cooper, Georgie's mother, was a woman of strong opinions. She had planned her own wedding down to the napkins and expected nothing less for her eldest son. Audrey McAllister, Mandy's mother, was no pushover either. A former pageant queen with an eye for elegance, she wasn't about to let her daughter's special day be anything less than spectacular. And so, the battle began. The battlefield, wedding planning. The first skirmish happened over the venue. "I already booked the church," Mary announced one morning at the family diner, stirring her coffee like she was mixing a potion of power. "It's the same one where George and I got married, family tradition." Audrey, seated across from her, raised a perfectly arched eyebrow. "Oh, that's sweet, Mary, but Mandy and Georgie wanted something more modern. We were thinking of a vineyard." "A vineyard?" Mary scoffed. "We're not French." Audrey gave her a tight smile. "No, but we are classy." Georgie, sitting between them, sank lower in his seat. Mom, Mandy's mom, maybe we could?" "Stay out of this, sweetheart," Audrey said. "This is wedding planning," Mary added. "It's a mother's duty." Georgie took a bite of his toast, deciding that silence was his safest bet. Weapons of choice, catering and flowers. The next battlefront was catering. Mary wanted brisket and mashed potatoes. Audrey wanted a 5-course, plated meal with imported cheeses. "You expect guests to eat brisket in formal wear?" Audrey gasped. "Who said it's formal?" Mary shot back. "This is Texas. A wedding's about good food, not tiny plates with sauces nobody can pronounce." Audrey clutched her pearls. "You think French cuisine is tiny plates, it's elegant, it's refined." "It's expensive," Mary muttered. Then came the flowers. Mary thought roses were classic. Audrey wanted peonies. Neither was willing to budge. "What do you mean you already ordered the roses?" Audrey shrieked one afternoon. "I mean exactly that," Mary said smugly. "Done and paid for." Audrey gasped. "You sabotaged the flowers?" "I saved the flowers," Mary corrected. The silent victims, Georgie and Mandy. By the time the invitations were sent out, after a separate battle over fonts, Georgie and Mandy had started avoiding their mothers altogether. "We should just elope," Mandy whispered one night, sprawled out on the couch in exhaustion. Georgie rubbed his temples. "We really should." But deep down, they both knew they couldn't. Mary and Audrey were too invested. It wasn't just about the wedding anymore. It was about proving who had the better taste, the better planning skills, the better vision for the future of their children. It was a war of motherly wills, and neither woman was backing down. The day of reckoning, the rehearsal dinner. The final battle erupted at the rehearsal dinner. It started when Mary noticed the centerpieces. "These aren't the ones we picked," she said suspiciously, inspecting the delicate arrangements of peonies, roses, and lilies. Audrey sipped her wine. "No, Mary, they aren't, because I had them redone." Silence. "You what?" Mary's voice was dangerously low. "You heard me," Audrey said, smiling. The original ones clashed with the table settings, and I know you want everything to be perfect, don't you? Mary clenched her jaw. You have some nerve. And you have terrible taste. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Mandy stood abruptly. Okay, enough, this is our wedding, remember? Georgie stood beside her. Yeah, you're acting like two rival queens fighting for a throne, Mandy finished. The mothers stared at each other. Then, at the same time, they spoke. Well, she started it, Mary huffed. I did not, Audrey gasped. Mandy threw up her hands. Oh my God. Georgie sighed. Maybe we should just cancel the whole thing. That got their attention. No, Mary said quickly. Absolutely not, Audrey added. Mandy exhaled. We just want you both to stop fighting. Mary and Audrey exchanged looks. A long silence stretched between them before, finally, Audrey reached out a hand. Truce? Mary eyed it warily. Only if you admit that the brisket would have been a hit. Audrey smirked. Fine, if you admit that peonies are gorgeous. Mary hesitated, then sighed. Fine. They shook hands. The war was over. Victory and defeat. The wedding day arrived, and despite everything, it was beautiful. The flowers were a mix of peonies and roses. The menu featured both Texas brisket and French cuisine. The venue was an outdoor garden that blended both Mary's tradition and Audrey's elegance. Most importantly, Georgie and Mandy got married, without another war breaking out. As the couple danced under twinkling fairy lights, Mary and Audrey stood side by side, sipping champagne. You know, Mary mused, we do make a good team. Audrey chuckled. Oh, absolutely, if we weren't trying to outdo each other, we could rule the world. Mary smirked, or at least the wedding industry. They clinked glasses. The war was over, but the memories, those would last forever. The end. This blends humor, family drama, and a little heartwarming resolution. Hope you like it. Let me know if you want any tweaks.